A warm welcome to the show. Today we step into the world shaped by earth, fire and generations of craftsmanship. We're going to zoom in on Polish pottery through the ages, from classic, iconic pieces to bold, modern works of art. Let's start with a tradition that turns simple clay into timeless art. The legendary Polish pottery of Bolesławiec is known around the world for its deep cobalt blues, hand-drawn patterns and incredible durability. Certainly more than just beautiful tableware. Natalia Komarow has the story.
You might recognize these patterns. Maybe from the cottagecore era on Instagram, or maybe someone brought you a decorative plate as a souvenir from Poland. This is pottery from Bolesławiec, handmade according to age-old Silesian traditions. The homey and oftentimes whimsical patterns, already iconic in Poland, are now sought after around the world.
I've been to Bolesławiec, which is a pottery town in Poland, and I have invested in exciting objects like
Bolesławiec is a town in Lower Silesia, western Poland, where pottery has been produced at least since the Middle Ages, thanks to an abundance of clay in the region. Today, over 30 manufacturers operate in Bolesławiec. Local potters passed on their uniquely recognizable stamp technique across generations. As this pale enamel is fired, it becomes cobalt-blue.
Not many things like these are made even globally. Everyone wants the production process to be quick, to make money quicker, but we prefer to enjoy things that are beautiful.
The town has embraced its pottery reputation. Every summer, the Festival of Ceramics attracts thousands of cobalt-blue lovers to Silesia.
Last year I got a Bolesławiec tea set back in the Netherlands and I loved it so much. This year I decided to do some shopping here in Poland.
I bought 30 items yesterday, all of them plates.
But you don't need to make the journey to Bolesławiec to get your hands on these objects. For example, if you happen to wander around Warsaw's old town, you may come across this boutique, offering products from 4 of the biggest Bolesławiec manufacturers.
We get customers from abroad all the time. Some have deep interest in Bolesławiec ceramics and they buy new pieces with certain patterns to complete their sets. For others, it's a nice souvenir from Poland.
With those in mind, the shop ordered special Warsaw and Poland-themed items. But it's the classics that garner the most attention.
The typical stamp decorations are the most popular. Visitors recognize the geometric circles which are known around the world, as well as our flagship peacock pattern, sometimes combined with florals.
The potters of Bolesławiec have been attempting to get their cobalt-blue tableware on the UNESCO Heritage List since 2022. As it has gained popularity in Japan, South Korea and the United States, it turns out traditional Polish pottery is a fit for any kitchen around the world.
Polish ceramics is real art, it's not just talk. You can see it at the National Museum in Warsaw, which has just added a collection of everyday ceramics from the period spanning 1956 to 1973. That's over 300 pieces, originally gathered by the private collector, Beata Bochińska. Clear proof that even functional ceramics truly belong in the world of art.
A dream come true for any custodian. The Polish Ministry of Culture provided funds for Warsaw's National Museum to purchase a whole collection of mid-century Polish ceramics.
The collection is not yet on display, but TVP World was invited to take a look behind closed doors. Anna Maga is a curator at the Gallery of Polish Design.
This year, we bought this rather complete collection of porcelain and porcelain from the 60s from Mrs. Beata Bochińska. There are 365 pieces, so you must know that what you see here is only a small portion.
Beata Bochińska, who had amassed the collection together with her husband, is a design historian by trade, but by passion.
I'm a collector, and well, there's no hiding it. My hair is grey. For 30 years, I've been collecting everyday objects from behind the Iron Curtain, mostly from Poland.
Her whole life, Beata had a particular fondness for mid-century ceramics.
In the 50s and the 60s, our everyday objects were designed by Polish artists, born and educated before the war. That means that they didn't graduate with degrees in industrial design, but in painting, sculpture and graphic arts. They were well-trained artists. It's what differentiates Polish design from other countries.
Out of the many boxes in the vaults of the museum, the curator showed us her favorite pieces made in iconic Polish factories, many of which still operate.
Here we have an example of the scratching technique. The teapot is covered with enamel, and then intricate decorative elements are scraped by hand and painted over. This has also been carved out by an artist. That's why the line doesn't look machine-made. It's straight, but you can see the motion of a hand trembling. And these items come from a bygone era. Ashtrays. This bridge set comes from the Karolina factory in Jaworzno. Unfortunately, we don't know the designer.
The Gallery of Polish Design is a nostalgic space. Poles recognize the fonts, the patterns, the logos, the teapots their grandmas would bring out on Christmas.
Even if these tea sets usually stayed idle in glass door cupboards, only taken out on special occasions, they were present and we remember them.
To whoever's watching in Poland or abroad, we often have these mid-modern pieces in our homes, and while for some they're just plain old cups or milk jugs, they have huge artistic value.
You heard it! Check your grandma's cupboard and you might find pieces worthy of the National Museum. And we will make sure to let you know when Beata Bochińska's impressive collection goes on display. For TVP World, Natalia Komarow.
At this point, you might be thinking that ceramics are just some relic of the past, but nothing could be further from the truth. Ceramic art is going through a real revival right now, with bold, playful and incredibly cute pieces being created by modern, niche pottery makers. It's fresh, it's fun, and it's very much alive today. Gabriela Fesnak has more.
Poland's ceramics tradition stretches back to the 14th century, shaped 4 generations by folk ornament and regional craft. In Warsaw, however, that heritage is being subtly reworked. A new wave of designers is turning away from familiar motifs, using clay to explore contemporary form, and in doing so, redefining what Polish ceramics can become. Ceramic artist and studio owner Agnieszka Barnat sees a renaissance of Polish ceramics, driven by a shift in how people perceive it, not as decoration, but as a meaningful part of daily life.
We don't want factory-made mugs anymore. We don't want to surround ourselves with random objects. When we open our cabinets, we want to see little works of art we can use to drink coffee.
In a world of mass-produced everyday objects, many are choosing something different, often taking on the role of artists themselves.
Nowadays, time is the most precious resource we have, and that explains the value of ceramics. It takes 2 to 3 hours to make a mug that's worth little more than $1 or $2 at the store. But when it's made for someone you love, it has a different value. It's special, a little bit of love locked in a dish you get to use every day.
From oddly shaped mugs to adorable miniatures, fantastic creatures, and all kinds of artful whimsy, the sky is the limit at the workshops organized at Ceramic Studio. Another must-go place for ceramics workshops is Fenek Studio. Tucked away just a few steps from Warsaw's historic Old Town, Fenek Studio is a space filled with simple yet quirky porcelain, all of which is handmade on site. Created with the utmost care and passion, the pieces are pricey, but find a lot of fans nonetheless.
We get all kinds of customers, but quite often it's people looking to buy gifts, who are oftentimes given specific instructions about what to get. Our products aren't cheap, so getting a full set is a challenge that takes time.
Porcelain decoration workshops at Fennec Studio attract people from all walks of life, looking for a break from the mundane, a special moment with a loved one, or simply to fulfill their artistic vision.
We have different clients. Some of them, want to come here alone and just have like a very special moment of, creative break from their office job. But there's also people who want to come here as, a meeting, something special that happens between them. And it's very often a daughter and a mother.
The workshops give participants an opportunity to let their imagination run wild and come up with unique designs, each bolder than the last.
And these people are often people who are not really, they never paint, they never draw, so it's something completely new to them. And doing something new, it's like, everyone is very stressed at the beginning, but then after an hour or so, they start behaving completely differently, and they, have this like childlike experience and lots of fun.
Fun, whimsical, and personal aren't words traditionally associated with ceramics, but in Poland, quite the reverse is true. Contemporary ceramics appears to have moved beyond tradition and utility, taking on a new role that fosters human connection and individual self-expression.
And now it's time for Culture Beat. Today we have something special for collectors and art lovers. Who says that art has to be expensive? It doesn't. If you have a good eye, a good idea, and you're an early bird. Natalia Komarow ventured into a young art auction, and this is what she discovered.
This is DESA Unicum, Warsaw's most prestigious art gallery, and right now collectors are gathering to bid on young Polish art. Let's go, the auction is starting.
It might look like only a handful of people showed up, but there are hundreds of bidders online, and long-time collectors can also participate by phone.
Young art is a breath of fresh air, and it lets us showcase the great range of artists we have in Poland. And for the longest time, we didn't realize how sought after these young artists could be.
Auctions of young art take place twice a month. Prices begin at 1,000 zloty, about 250 euros. The highest hammer price so far at young art auctions was 9,000 euros. At the one we attended, no record was broken. The most intense bidding ended at a little over 3,500 euros. But the auctioneer told us it was an exciting event anyway, because many pieces sparked fierce rivalry.
The attendance at today's auction exceeded our expectations. It took longer than usual because of the intense bidding. Hundreds of people registered to bid, and many pieces sold for over 10,000. For me, as an auctioneer, it was a pleasure.
Our young art auctions are for everyone. You'll find abstract art, figurative paintings, and even sculptures with woven elements. I mean, really, there is a whole range of styles, and it's probably why we're so popular.
This is the painting that reached the highest price at today's auction, Underwater Galaxies by Renata Magda. I don't know about you, but I would quite appreciate having it in my living room. For TVP World, Natalia Komarow.
And with this, we conclude this episode of Pulse of Culture. Thank you for watching, and please stay tuned for more.